Okay, y'all, what is up? What is up? It's your girl EJ, and welcome back to another episode of Straight Out of the Book. Today, we are on chapter 4. Now, this is from LC's point of view. After pleading with Donna to finish what we started in the Trails Way parking lot, I was eventually sent home with blue balls. It turned out that in her eyes, Lou's untimely interruption was just God's way of reminding her that she wasn't that type of girl. I didn't care what she had to say. It sure felt like she was that type of girl when she had her lips wrapped around my Johnson. Now, although I wasn't about to tell her that, frustrated and uncomfortable, I dropped off my boss's truck and then headed home to take a cold shower. After my shower, I made my way back to Big Sam's with Levi to drop off my brother's car. I might even stay for a while. I decided, hell, I'd earned a good time after what Donna had just put me through. You know what they say about time heals old wounds? Well, it must be true because by the time I found a parking space on Oak Street, which was packed because of the Friday night crowd, I'd almost forgotten about my sexual frustration with Donna. It may have also had something to do with the fact that I completely fallen in love with my brother's car. I'd always been a car nut, but Lou's Buick Electra 225 was like nothing I'd ever seen before. It was like a caddy and a sports car all rolled in one. Man, I gotta give me one of these one day, I said to my brother Levi as we stepped out of the car. I turned to admire the car, but Levi barely paid attention to me or the car. His mind was on one thing. Where's Lou? Levi stuttered. I looked up at my Hulk-like brother, who at 6'8" towered my meager 6-foot frame. Levi was so big, he barely fit through most doorways without turning sideways. Despite his size, my brother was really nothing but a big teddy bear who spent most of his time at the house tending to his animals. The only time you had to worry about him was when he thought you might do some harm to one of our family members. Yep. Old Levi had a good soul, but to be quite frank, he was what some people called slow. Okay, y'all. So in chapter 4, we're going to meet Levi, which is the brother of Elsie, Lou, and Larry. And as the description just told you, Levi was a big boy and he loved one thing that Lou had introduced him to. And that was some of that good. And that's exactly what Elsie brought him there for, because Lou was definitely going to make sure that his brother was taken care of, because that is what he was just in love with it ever since Lou had got him some from this chick Mimmi back when he was 16. He just fell in love with it. So even though he was slow, he was all man. It definitely wasn't no question about that. So anyway, we're also going to get our first description of Sam as well, because Sam is going to be described as this handsome man, tall, light-skinned with green eyes, the type of guy that all the girls just liked. So definitely, a looker per se. So anyway, y'all, in chapter 4, we're just getting that little bit of an introduction, like I said, and then we're kind of making it over to Big Sam's to talk about business, which is when we'll go into chapter 5. Now, chapter 5 is going to be told from the perspective of Lou. Now, when we first meet up in Lou in chapter 5, he's actually doing what he do, y'all. Lou is definitely a ladies' man, and he loves him some Big Sam's, and he don't mind paying for it. At the time that we meet up with the character Lou, he's getting it on with Little Mama and Big Shirley. And then Chippy is going to come knock on the door. Now, once Chippy knocks on the door, Big Shirley's going to go get the door. She's going to let him know that, hey, Big Sam wants to talk some business downstairs. So he's going to, do what he do. Now, he's going to have a moment where he's kind of looking at Chippy, but she's not really that interested in him. And he does offer her a little, like, hey, when you ready, you can come and see me. But she said, nah, I don't think I can hang with what you got going on. So anyway, y'all, let's go ahead and start from the moment where Lou tells Chippy that he'll be down in a minute. Tell Sam I'll be right down. Chippy nodded her head, and then she was out the door, giving me a glimpse of her fine figure and very shapely behind. Hey, Red, I yelled after her. Maybe I'll bring you back up here after I handle my business with Sam. She stopped, turned, thought about it for a second while she stared at my Johnson. Then she shook her head. No thanks. I'm woman enough to know when I'm outmatched. That thing you're packing isn't even human. I know horses who'd be jealous of that. I laughed, nodded my head. I had to respect her, but I couldn't lie and say I didn't want her. There was something about her that made her different from the rest of the girls. All right, but if you ever get the urge to test out Space Mountain, I grabbed myself, pointing him at her. We're always here. 10 minutes later, I had cleaned myself up and dismissed Little Mama and Big Shirley. I walked to the table where my brothers were sitting. Lou, Levi shouted excitedly as I walked over to him. I placed my arm around his massive shoulder and pointed to the women. There's a lot of stuff running around here. Which one you want? I asked my younger brother, who looked like he was gonna bust a gut. That one, Levi pointed at a slightly heavy yellow girl named Sandy. So anyway, y'all, Lou is going to get him together with Sandy. He's going to call one of the girls over there so that he can get it all set up. So anyway, he and his brothers began to talk about the business that they had to deal with Sam. Now, LC was also talking to him about his car, letting him know that he liked his car. And then Lou was talking to him about the Italians that they met. Now, Larry kind of chimed in. It was like, look, I don't care about no car. I don't care about all of that. I just care about what's in that duffel bag. And we need to go ahead and do what we need to do. Now, Lou is going to tell him about how the Italians want to move more product in the South, and that's what they're going to do. They're going to be like the go-between. So it's going to be like a business between them as well as Big Sam. And so LC is going to say, like, look, I don't trust Big Sam at all. And then Larry is going to tell him, like, you're right not to trust him. Like, those are good instincts. So clearly, right from the jump, we see that there is a distrust when it comes to Sam. So anyway, Lou is going to end up telling LC, like, look, most folks are dumb AF and Sam just makes a living off of them. Then he tells him, like, look, you're young, you're still learning, but, you know, you're going to make some mistakes, but it's going to all be good. But meanwhile, let me show you how it's done. So he gestures them to follow him, and then they're going to go into Big Sam's office. Okay, y'all, so chapter 6 is going to be read from Larry's perspective. He says, we walked into the office, taking seats in front of Sam's fake-ass mahogany desk. Half the ish on it was thrown to one side, which told me he just finished screwing the yellow woe standing next to him. She was trying to adjust her clothes, and she didn't look very happy about the interruption. Personally, I didn't give a care. I hated woes ever since I had one give me the claps back in Nam. Go on and make old Sam some money, baby, while I talk to these gentlemen. He squeezed her butt playfully. We'll finish this up later on tonight. Oh, and tell the twins to come in here, will you? She kissed him on the lips before making a quick retreat from the room. Sam then turned his attention to us, catching Lou slobbering all over the woe like he was about to slap money down to do her then. What's Red's story? She's got a little more sass than those other girls, Lou said. Same as the rest, found her at a trailways up in Savannah. The bee came down from North Kakalaki where her daddy was effing her and her mama was beating her so bad that she ran away. He chuckled while faking to shed a tear. Anyway, the bee was talking about killing herself. When I scooped her up, I wined and dined her for a few days, made her feel like a human being again, you know? Then Lou asked, was she any good? And then he said, I'm thinking about taking her for a test drive. And then Sam is going to say, the best sucker I got, and she's hopelessly romantic. Big Sam laughed, brushing his lint off of his suede coat. She actually thinks we're going to get married soon as I pay off my debts to my connect. She worked so hard, I had to check under her skirt and see if she had an assembly line attached to that thing. We all got a good laugh on that, except for LC, who just sat there taking it all in. He always was the more serious one of the brothers. Really though, Sam continued, she brings in twice what the other girls do. That's because she's in love and has a true purpose. I saw the way she looked at you, Sam. A woman like her will do anything for you. But when she finds out you've been playing her, I wouldn't want to be you. If I were you, I'd tread lightly, LC spoke up. Why did he do that? I don't know, but it sure as hell made me laugh. Sam sure didn't find that mess funny at all. He turned to LC angrily, and I knew that it had been anyone else but a Duncan brother, Sam would have knocked him on his behind. Boy, I've been turning broads out since I was 13 years old. My first hoe was my own doggone sister. And don't nobody love you like family. So don't tell me about love or pimping, because I was making broads fall in love when you was sucking on your mama's tit. Sam turned to Lou. Man, where'd you get this dude from? Does he know who he's talking to? Or should I turn out that little doctor's broad he halfway screwing to prove it? I thought you said he was smart. So anyway, y'all, this is going to go on back and forth. The two of them are going to, continue to have their words. And LC is not backing down for him because he don't like the way that Sam is talking to him. But Lou, of course, is trying to handle business. Plus, Lou and Sam are actually friends. So he's trying to keep everything kosher and so that it doesn't get out of hand. He's going to end up sending LC out of the room or whatever and tell him to go and check on Levi so that they can finish up their business. So anyway, Lou and Larry are going to give him the product, which is the pound of marijuana, and he's going to take a look at it. It's good, it's legit, and all that stuff. And then he's going to pay them. But when he pays them, everything is going to be a little bit light. And he's like, look, like, where's the rest of my money? Like, Lou is not playing at this point. He like, look, I need my money. Like, stop playing with me because this isn't what we agreed upon. And so Sam, the pimp that he is, of course, is going to smooth talk his way out of it because he really wants something else. He really wants them to do another job for him. So first he's going to give them some different product that he got from his new connect, who was Alejandro, and tells them, hey, look, sell this. And basically that's going to give you the money that I was supposed to provide you for this, but it'll give you more. And then he goes on to tell them that he has another job that he needs for them to do as well. Now, this job actually involved them taking out two white boys. And of course, Larry was down for it because Larry was a stone cold killer. And he was like, look, I'm ready no matter what. Like, that was light work for him. So he agreed to it pretty easily. Lou grabbed their packages and that was that. So anyway, y'all, that was chapters 4, 5, and 6. Let me know what you thought about these chapters. If you like this video, make sure to go ahead and like, share, and subscribe to your channel. Turn on your notifications so that you do not miss out on any of my future straight out of the book content. And guys, do not forget to go ahead and download the book so that you can follow along with me. I have the link right at the top. When you click on my website on the YouTube, it'll take you to the link and you'll actually see both Grand Opening and Grand Opening 2. Click on that and then you can go ahead and purchase either your Audible or your physical copy of the book. That way you can go ahead and follow along. So anyway, y'all, I will talk to you later. Peace.